men come in. That is if it's condescending to visitors tonight. Do you mind?
No, of course not. Why should I?
Well, the point is we'll have to switch the lights out and stare out of the window, otherwise we shan't see it. What does it look like? Well, I suppose it's a white owl, but it looks like the ghost of a bird.
I'm Catherine.
What made you think of Martin just then?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I dropped a brick? Well, I don't know quite. Just came. Oh, no, please. That would be too disappointing.
You know, Orman, that wasn't the last time we were at the cottage. Martin a cigarette box, and why shouldn't Orman have gone to see him?
Yes, why not?
Sorry, Orman, I forgot we were there. Can I ask you something? After all, I don't think I've asked anybody anything so far, have I?
You can ask, I don't promise to answer.
Oh, isn't there? Are you in love with Martin?
Not in the least.
I thought you were. As a matter of fact, to be absolutely candid, I rather just...
Oh no, Robert, and how you be so tense baffles me that Olwyn is not a friend of yours.
Of course she is. Anyway, I've been told something. Besides, I wasn't at all sure. It wasn't until after he shot himself that I felt certain.
You say he'd been told something. But you see, Martin had been told something too. He'd practically been told that you'd taken that check.
Don't you see, he must have played Robert and Martin off against one another. Can you have anything more vile?
You know, it doesn't follow that Stanton himself. No, not Betty, she's going to bed.
Wise little Betty.
I don't see why you should use that tone of voice on her, as if Betty was cleverly dodging something. You know very well she's not mixed up in this business.
Do I?
Well, don't you?
Poor Robert. Look at him now. This is really serious, he's saying to himself. How we give ourselves away is a mystery. He didn't care.
Frida, don't.
That's how it goes, you see, Captain. You just
Well,
let me...
stop it! Stop it, both of you!
Let them have it out. They might as well now they've started.
I was going to tell you to. In fact, kill himself.
I might dislike him, but after all, he wasn't a stranger. He was one of our own set, mixed up with most of the people I like best in the world. I tried hard to stop him, but everything I said seemed to make him worse. I suppose it would in that excited, abnormal state. Well, he talked about my repressions, and when I pretended to laugh at him, he got still more and more excited, and then he tried to show me some beastly, foul drawings he had, horrible, obscene things by some mad Belgian artist. A lot more to tell now. When I pushed away his beastly drawings and was rather indignant about them, he got still more excited, completely unbalanced, and shouted things out about my repressions. Then I found he was telling me to take my clothes off. I told him not to be a fool and that I was going. But then he stood between me and the door. He had a revolver in his hand and he began shouting things out about danger and terror and love. He wasn't threatening me with it all himself. He was just waving it about being dramatic. I didn't even believe it was loaded. But by this time, I'd had more than enough of him. I couldn't be sorry for him anymore. I told him to get out of the way, and when he wouldn't, I tried to push him out of the way. And then we had a struggle. He tried to tear my clothes. We really fought one another. It was horrible. He wasn't any stronger than I was. I'd grabbed the hand with the revolver in it. I turned it towards him. His finger must have been on the trigger. I must have given it a jerk. The revolver went off. He hit me a cigarette.
We can't all be as cool and businesslike about this as you are, Stanton.
I feel very cool and businesslike about it. But you see, it's not a big surprise to me as it is to you. I suspected something like this had happened long ago.
It looked so much like suicide that nobody bothered to suggest it wasn't. I can't think how you could have...
You know, I nearly did take you into my confidence. It might have made a difference, but I chose that moment.
Why? When was this? Tell me.
Well, I told you I sat on in my car that night for some time, unable to do anything. But when I felt a little better, I felt I ought to tell somebody. You were the nearest person.
She didn't go there.
Yes, I did. I drove over to your cottage at Church Marley that very Saturday night. I got there about 11 o'clock or just afterwards. I left my car at the bottom of that tiny, narrow lane and walked right up to your cottage. And then, walked back. Robert, please don't drink any more tonight. I know how you feel, really I do, but this won't help anything.
What does it matter? I'm through anyway.
But I can't bear seeing you like this. You don't know how it hurts me.
Sorry. I really am sorry. You're the only one who's come out of this, aren't you? Strange, isn't it? You should feel like that about me all the time.
Yes, all the time.
Sorry.
I'm not. I mean about myself. I suppose I ought to be, but I'm not.